Hey everyone, welcome back to the best US Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 14th of May 2025. In this video, we're going to be talking about US Mint sales. Why? Because they're vital to numismatist flippers and investors to determine demand and mintages. But before any of that stuff, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you like. We're trying to reach a bazillion subs. It's a really big number. I looked it up. It's ginormous. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm going to say. Now, over here to moneymetals.com, looks like gold is down 13.45 to 32.49.70. Silver's flat at 33.11. Platinum up 6.05 to 10.15.25. Palladium up 50 cents to 9.89.70. And Dr. Copper down 2 pennies to 4.69 per pound. You're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is 6.49 for a quantity 1 through 39. They got you paying 39.59. Then the buyback, the sell to them price is 34.18, and that is definitely $1.07. All right, let's keep on keeping on, and let's go to the Mint's product schedule. And you won't believe, so tomorrow, that's right, the third of the American Innovation coins drop. All right, now after that, we're going to have Houston, Texas, Houston Mission Control is going to be the fourth issuance of the American Innovation coin for this year. And then after that, we got the proof set and the reverse proof set, and that's it. It's incredible how fast this program is going this year, and we're not even at summer. What I can tell you is what the Mint has done here is after the May 20th release, after that we had nothing going on. We had just seasons in the abyss. All right, so now we have June 3rd. That's an American Women Quarter 2025 rolls and bags featuring Dr. Vera Rubin, and that is a space-themed coin. I liked where they put the E Pluribus Unum right there on their shoulder. Gave a lot of extra room for other stuff going on there. I love that coin. It is absolutely stunning. It is beautiful. Now, let's get to talking about mintages, okay? We're going to be talking about this one here too. That's the uncirculated West Point American Silver Eagle, and it's burnished if you look for it online. I tell you, I couldn't find it anywhere, but I had somebody help me snap out of it. Now let's keep on keeping on. Here we are at the production sales and figures for the United States Mint. You can look up numismatics, you can look up bullion, circulating coins. These are the three revenue streams from the United States Mint right there, and they love to talk about them. All right, now, right here, questions can be directed. They used to have a spokesperson, Michael White, but I think he's a gonzo. Now they have Sharon McPike and the Office of Public Affairs at that number right there. Now, check this out. This is all new. You got to select a year. So we're going to hit 2025. We're going to select a month. We want May, and then you select a day in May, and you don't have a calendar. You just have two of the reports, and then you hit submit right there. So that's the new way of doing things for the United States Mint. And I didn't ask for the change. Did you? Not so much, but there they go, changing things up. And I would imagine we're probably going to see the Mint change things up for the next year or so because, well, it seems to be a work in progress. It doesn't, way back, this is just kind of an off the subject kind of a thing, but, when I was a kid, playing Atari 2600, those games had to be perfect and ready to play. And there was no updating. There's no software update. They had to be perfect. Imagine those days are over. They're like, we can always update it later. Send it, So imagine we live in a different world nowadays in regards to product quality and quality control. All right, let's keep on keeping on. I've yammered. Wow, that's way too long. All right, let's first talk about how the Kennedy half dollars, let's go back up to the drop from May 6th. I think that was just 8 days ago now. As you can see, the add to bag shiny candy like red button is still there. But let's find out how many are still actually available. So if we're going to be looking at these, we got to go 25K, like 25 carat. There is no such thing. But look at this. You've got 25,089 sold of the 2-roll set, and you got 6,246 of the 200 coin bag. Now, I got to tell you right off the bat, I think the 200 coin bag was 11,550, and the 2-roll set was probably 20. Let me find out. I don't remember exactly. 2-roll sets 26,250. Well, look at these numbers, folks. We are right near that threshold of being sold out. And the question is, are these going to be revised like the Bureau of Labor? I mean, we always see these labor statistics always revised or the GDP revised. Is the Mint going to start playing that game too? I'm just like, can't we just get the numbers that are the numbers? And I had another question too. I guess I may be saying in a second. These Kennedy half dollars, they didn't sell out, okay, within the drop day. But look, within a month, I think isn't that a big enough, I guess, amount of sales to say, hey, look, you know what? It was a hit. these 2025 Kennedy half dollars, the last of the west or left-facing Kennedy half dollar, was a hit. It did not go out with a whimper. It sold out less than a month. Now, that would be kind of a big deal. However, I don't know that that's what we're going to see, considering the fact that the Mint does revise those numbers. I mean, we could see that drop precipitously by 11,000, and that would not be funny at all. Now, let's keep on keeping on. Let's talk about something, the congratulations set. And I think that was product 25 RF. It's not RG. I think it's RF. There we go. Bingo. Congratulations set sold 20,042. So let's get the help of our friends over there at coinnews.net. This is an article by Mike Unser dated May 8, 2025. Title of this article is U.S. Mint Sales 2025 Silver Quarter Set Slips in Second Week. I love numbers, folks. I don't know about you, but I'm big on numbers. So let's go to the congratulations set and see if we can find that. There's the clad proof set, silver proof sets. There we go. So look at that. 746 were sold last week for an increase of 4%. They sold a good number so far, but not really the greatest number, right? They increased the mintages, but the one thing about the congratulations set is that they did put it in a clamshell, and I think that was a fantastic move. Now, how many did they sell this last week? Well, they sold 746 last week, and we now stand at, let's see here, these cumulative sales numbers say 20,042, and we got less, 19,244 is about 800, I would say. Pretty close to 800 anyway. Maybe not exactly, but good enough for government work. Yowza, that's amazing. So definitely the congratulations set is selling. Obviously, there's commencements going on, graduation ceremonies, and that would definitely explain the surge in the congratulations sets. And what's interesting about that, the congratulations set, well, it dropped when? Yeah, early on in the year, and not in May or June, which kind of makes you wonder why they don't drop it then. Why do they drop it in January? Because of the partner coin that drops in January? Could be, right? So let's keep on keeping on. We're going to be looking at more sales numbers here. We're going to be looking at the, so I've done those. We're going to be looking at the American Silver Eagle. That's right, out of 2025. So that is 25 EA, and that's also going to include the bulk purchase, folks. Now, here we go. 204,868. Our friends over here, thank you for the numbers. So that's the silver proof set. We're going to be looking at the proof and reverse proof silver eagles. Here we go, right there. Look at that, 203,884. Where do we stand now? 204,008. Well, that's less than 1,000, folks. So yeah, they sold 1,771 last week, and there's less than half of that now. Whoops. Yeah. I got to tell you, it's one of these things with this American Silver Eagle program. They're clearly overpriced. They're clearly making too many of them. And I would love to see the American Silver Eagle, the flagship one out of West Point, New York, also have a mintage limit, much like the one that's going to be dropping soon. I got to show you. And I think this is why we're seeing sales lag for the 2024. So here's the American Eagle 2025 1-ounce silver uncirculated coin or burnished. It drops May 20. That's in 6 days from now. And let's check out the sales for that bad boy right here, uncirculated silver eagles. It stands at, well, it's not for sale yet, but last year's stand at 94,020. Last week, they sold 129 of those bad boys. And I got to say here, I think they sold, let's see, we're at 94,058 now. 94,058. Let's go ahead and check out those numbers. So that's 24. All right. And that would be, I think, EG. Let's see here. Yep, there it is. EG. 94,058. All right. They sold 500. And that's really what the interesting thing is right there, folks. Why is it that the folks over at coinnews.net, they put the bulk one here, the bulk one here for 2022. They don't have any bulk sales for 23, and they don't have any bulk sales for 2024. But clearly, as you can see, the advanced bulk purchase folks clearly had their hands on this one. So we saw the Mint has sold 94,058. And 94,058 is clearly, well, that's not even 40. They didn't even sell 40 last week. That's a third of what they're selling. I mean, come on. So I think the drop in the sales has something to do, all right, with this particular coin coming out in 8 days from now, because we have found out that the mintage, the stated product limit here, is 90,000. All right, and look, here's my question: the bulk purchase folks. Obviously, they probably already got their hands on some of these. It is something that can be subscribed to. But of that 90,000, does that only count the ones that we can buy here as the public, or does that 90,000, does it have a mintage limit? Is that to encompass everything that's going to be sold? Now, I wanted to remind you this. Look at this. Last year's, no mintage limit, no product limit. Which begs the question, how many of those 2024 uncirculated Silver Eagles are sitting around the warehouse collecting dust? That's a bad thing, folks. The mint cannot operate like that. And what's interesting is, well, what are they going to do with all that product sitting on the shelf? Are they going to melt it down, or are they going to let it just sit there and collect dust? Not sure what's going on. Sorry about all the drinking today, the water. My new meds give me dry mouth, something fierce, and it's terrible, and I apologize. Finally, let's look at the proof set. Let's look at the proof set, because that is one of the things they talked about here on this particular page, U.S. Mint Set 2025 silver set slips, and we're going to be talking about the proof set right here. Sold 3,696 for a grand total of 228,014. Now let's go ahead and look up those cumulative sales numbers. I think they're here. Nope, that's not it. Bye-bye. There we go. 25. It's a 2025. And I believe it is R. Nope, that's not it. That's the proof set right there. RG. Proof set 232,734. All right, 232,734. Yeah, that's a good number, folks. They definitely outsold last week at almost 4,500 sets. That's incredible. And why do you suppose these clad sets are moving so rapidly? I think it is due to the being at San Francisco. All right. I think it's also due to the fact that it is the proof penny, the Lincoln set. That might be the last of the San Francisco Lincoln sets. Could be the last of the San Francisco clad proof sets. We don't know. The Mint and the Doge folks are not being very communicative about what's going on with this. And I get a lot of people asking me during the live streams, is the Mint going to get rid of the San Francisco proof sets? Is the Mint going to get rid of anything San Francisco strike? It's a definite possibility of a firm maybe, folks. And could any of those factors be driving these sales? Absolutely. 100% they could, because we just don't know. We really don't. And because we don't know, we fill the void, we fill the vacuum with what we think might be going on. And that's obviously not always accurate, but sometimes we do get accurate. Now, let's keep on moving on. I yammered for way too long this morning. Don't want to have to drink any more water. This is about manners, all right? And I did this because I knew I was going to have to drink water, all right? This is about manners. There's no truer index to intelligence than the one-way acts at the table. And hopefully I haven't been too rude today with the table. The test of good manners is to be patient with bad ones. Yeah. You ever set somebody off and they're like, you made me? No, you made you. Yeah, I wasn't being cool, but you allowed yourself to be uncool because of me. I made you do that. Whoops. Yeah. So if you're able to control your passion, and when other people rub you the wrong way, don't let it rub off on you. It's not healthy. Now let's keep on keeping on to 99.9 KOI Coin News Radio. This is off the Violator album. This is Depeche Mode. Enjoy the silence. Now, with that said, I want to thank you all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free if you like. Now, what's not free is the membership. Yeah, it's only $1,000 a minute. No, I'm kidding. It's $1.99 a month. It's not much, folks. Really, it's the price of a cheap cup of coffee once a month with Stacker. And if you're hanging out here each and every single day, hey, you might want to consider it. You might not. It's up to you. Stacker out.